Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. We're here to talk about MyAnalytics, how you can help your employees thrive with AI and productivity insights from Office 365. My name's Ali Oberg, and I'm the Product Marketing Manager for MyAnalytics, and Noelle Beaujean will be up here a little bit later, just up front, to do the demos. So first, before we get into it, I want to talk about where we're going in the next 45 minutes. So we'll start with the problem. Our collaboration behaviors are limiting what we can achieve. Then we'll talk a little bit about the opportunity we see. What does a high-performing culture really look like, and what has that looked like for some of our customers? And then Noelle will come up and do the demo for MyAnalytics and our latest teamwork solution and nudges. And then we'll talk about the product roadmap, some of the next steps you can take, and we'll take any questions at the end. So if you do have questions, note them down, and we'll take them at the end. So first, the way we work is limiting what we can achieve. Teamwork is slow. 44% of our meeting time we see as unproductive. Focus is fleeting. 32% of us set aside time daily for focused work, just 32%. Boundaries are thin between our personal and our work lives. 39% of us say that work disrupts our personal and family time at least once a week. And we're isolated. 67% of us say that managers rarely help us connect with other employees. And part of this is because of the time we're in. So there's a war on our attention going on. We've done a lot of research on this, and we're interrupted every 3 minutes. And these tiny interruptions, they add up. Extreme multitasking, we estimate, costs us $650 billion a year to the US economy in lost productivity. In our research, we've seen three tactics be very successful in terms of getting that attention back. First, breaks. We can't work 8 hours straight. We need to take breaks and give ourselves a second. Micro-productivity solutions have helped us direct some of our attention to the right activities. So I personally use the Pomodoro method, so it's 20 minutes of intense focus, 5 minutes off, 20 minutes of intense focus, 5 minutes off. And we can't ignore our individual differences. Some of us are more impulsive than others, and we've seen behavioral nudges in our product be extremely helpful to those who are more impulsive to help direct their attention to the right things. The good news is that work culture and our individual habits can change. So we think about this in terms of four outcomes, four types of habits. Teamwork habits, how can we work better together, have more productive meetings? Focus, how can we find time in our day to work on our priorities? Balance, how can we make sure that we identify and protect the right balance between work and personal life for us? And connection, how can we leverage the strengths and unique abilities of our colleagues? And while it's clear individually why this is extremely important, it affects our experience of work every day, it's also critical at the organizational level. 75% of organizations are trying to change, and we've seen in some way or another, whether it's to be more competitive in their industries, more agile, but the companies that are focusing on culture are 5 times more likely to succeed in their transformation efforts than those who don't focus on culture. And right now, the stats are 50% of transformations fail because people's behavior doesn't change. And so this individual behavior change really matters for your company. And we see that data as the difference maker here. We're trying to change the way we think about people and culture from a soft science to a hard science. And for the first time, we're making your data available to you so that you can use it to inform both your individual transformation and your organizational transformation. So for one of our customers, Macy's, they were having a hard time with low engagement and low innovation in their organization. They wanted to use the data to understand what is going on here. They found that big meetings, lots of recurring meetings, and constant schedule conflicts with your manager strongly correlated with low engagement and low innovation at the company. And so they used MyAnalytics to drive change and reduce meeting hours by 4 hours a week per employee, increase focus hours by 4 hours a week per employee, and decrease organizational load by 50% overall. For another one of our customers, a major international bank, they did a pilot with us with 100 of their employees. And with those 100 employees alone, they were able to free up 10,000 hours per year for different types of work and reduce after-hours work. So they saw a reduction in meeting time, They were able to increase their focus, they decreased after hours work, and they freed up 10,000 hours just with 100 employees. Imagine what they could do if they rolled this out to their entire company. Imagine what you could do if you did a pilot with us. We're working with companies across a variety of industries and a variety of geographies with different local cultures, and we've seen success everywhere. So companies in industries as different as oil and gas to CPG, geographies as different as Japan to South Africa and Australia. And this data, it's all coming from the Microsoft Graph. This is the largest data set ever created about work interactions and behaviors. And the best part about it is you don't have to do anything incremental to create it. It's all a natural byproduct of the work that you do every day in Microsoft 365. We've built 2 products that use this data and transform it into insights that you can act on immediately. Workplace Analytics looks at this data at a de-identified aggregate level to try and help you understand what groups of people are doing at work and how you can use that group data to inform your transformation. And MyAnalytics looks at the exact same data, but on a personal and individual level to help you understand how you spend your time and who you spend your time with, so you individually can take ownership over your time to transform. The vision for the 2 products is to increasingly integrate them. So we've started with Teamwork Solution, where we use Workplace Analytics to identify a group of people that need support in their transformation effort along the teamwork, in transforming their teamwork. And then we use MyAnalytics to push out a program to those employees so that they are incentivized and encouraged to change. And then we can track their improvement in Workplace Analytics. We'll see more, we're building more solutions across different areas, and so the next ones to come out will be sales productivity and manager effectiveness. So now I'll invite Noelle up to demo MyAnalytics and the Teamwork Solution. Just hang here.
Can you hear me? That's cool. So hi, my name's Noelle. I'm a program manager on the MyAnalytics team, and I've been on the team since the beginning, really, since we shipped. Who's been with MyAnalytics since the start? Anyone been kind of watching it? Frederick, see you over there. So how many of you guys are using MyAnalytics today? Show of hands. Awesome, cool. That's great, good to know. So I'm really excited. I'm going to show you some of the new stuff that we've been doing with MyAnalytics, and then we'll kind of switch over and talk about what Ali mentioned that we have for the combined products, which is called Workplace Analytics Solutions. And we'll show you some of the new stuff there. So this is MyAnalytics, and we live in a couple different areas, but the first place I want to show you is our MyAnalytics dashboard. So all of this information is personal and private to only you. No one else can see it. And what we do in MyAnalytics is we help you understand how you spend your time at work, who you spend that time with, and how you could be more productive or using that time in a better way. So the signals that we're looking at today are just signals that you're already generating from using Office 365. Things like how many emails am I sending, how many meetings am I in, and we're looking to add more and more signals, and we'll talk a bit about that. So at a higher level, you can see how you spend your time at work. How much time am I spending in meetings? About half of my week, and is that the right amount of time to spend collaborating based on my role? We also track what you're doing during your after hours to say, am I spending the right amount of time after hours? Do I have a good work-life balance? Focus hours is an interesting concept we have, and it means you have 2-hour blocks of time in your calendar with no meetings. And there's a lot of research that shows you need a certain amount of time to get into that flow state so that you can actually accomplish deep work. If you only have 30-minute fragmented chunks during your day, you're not really going to get time to get into that flow. So this gives you an overview of how you spend your time. But we also want to tell you, one sec. It's not only important what you're spending your time on, but also who you're spending that time with. So what we do here is we show you across your network, who are you investing the most time with, and how does that compare relative to the rest of people, and is this the right split for you? So in this first band, you can see the people you're spending the most time with, and in the further, the people you're spending the least amount of time with. And we also layer on a little bit more information into that to see what is the quality of these relationships. You can see things here like your response time to this person. In this case, I respond to Lynn in 30 minutes. Is that too fast? Is it fast enough? You can kind of answer those questions based on the type of relationship that it is. Other things we show here are the amount of times you spend in chats and calls with these people. This is a new thing we just added to the product using Skype for Business signals, and Teams is coming later this year. How many folks are using Teams in their company already? Awesome, that's great to see. We're using it too, obviously, and I've seen a huge change in our collaboration. So another thing that we do in the product is we try to derive insights out of this data to make it really easy for users to just, in one sentence, really understand more about themselves. So this insight is telling you that it's been 3 weeks since you had a one-on-one with your manager. It's really important for employee engagement to have one-on-one meetings with their manager regularly, and we've seen this based on our own engagement data. But often they fall through the cracks. Someone's out of office, they just get rescheduled, and you don't realize that it's been a large time since you've last met with them. So we try to remind users of these kinds of things. Another insight we have is about over-collaboration. So we know that you want to work with each other, and we know that you love collaborating, and we built the tools for it, but sometimes you can collaborate with someone too much. So in this case, we're telling you that you spent over half of your week in meetings with the same person. And this could be an opportunity to divide and conquer. This actually happened to me when we had a new person join the team, another program manager, and you're helping ramp them up for a while and spending a lot of time with them. But then I saw this insight, and it was a signal to me maybe I should start to ramp that time down and start to split up their responsibilities. The last insight I'll show you here is really about distraction. So Ali mentioned the war on our attention, and it really is becoming an increasingly large problem. What this insight's telling you is that you read a lot of your emails within 30 minutes of receiving them. And that's probably because you're getting notifications and clicking on them to go see what someone emailed you. But that can actually be a kind of a destructive behavior, because if you're in that flow state and you're working, you don't want to be context switching so much, because it can be quite a tax on your productivity. So in the rest of the dashboard, we break down each of these sections to give you a little bit more information on how you're working. The meeting habits one is really interesting because we're trying to identify low-quality indicators that can help you decide which meetings are a good use of time and a bad use of time. How many people go to, they think, useless meetings sometimes? And is it your fault that they're useless? Of course not, right? No. I'm just kidding. But what you can see here is some indicators of things that might cause a low-quality meeting. So things like, if I'm multitasking for a large portion of a meeting, did I really need to be there? If I have a lot of conflicting meetings, what is that a sign of? That my time is being stretched too thin, and I'm probably stressed that I'm in one meeting, but should I be in the other meeting? I don't know. And what you can do here for yourself is actually look at your list of meetings and identify which ones have room for improvement. In this case, let's say this weekly content review. I multitask in the meeting, it's a recurring meeting, and it's a long meeting. So this is an opportunity to say, could I save some time, or could we restructure the meeting, maybe reduce the frequency to help everyone save some time? The last thing I'll show you on our dashboard is around our after-hours work. So we're super excited that we've just added calls and chats from Skype for Business here. This has been a huge ask for a long time, and we do see that a lot of after-hours work comes from these ad hoc conversations that aren't scheduled necessarily, especially if you work in a global team. We have a team in India and in China, and often I'll start messaging someone on Skype, and then all of a sudden the conversation has spiraled and it's been an hour. So it's great to start to capture these things. So now I'm going to flip over into Outlook and show you some of the integrations we've been doing there. Because we know that getting these stats on your dashboard is awesome to go and reflect, but we have to pull those into your workflow to help you change while you're working, and we want to be where you are. So I'm super excited to show you a new thing we have in the product called nudges. So have people heard of this concept of behavioral nudging? It's been used in a lot of different areas. Last flu season, I read an article. Basically, there's a problem with people not getting flu vaccines. People forget, or they don't think it's important anymore. I'm not really sure the exact reason, but basically the industry was trying to encourage more people to get these vaccinations. So they did a couple different experiments. One was they just auto-enrolled people in having a flu appointment set up. So they didn't have to do anything. They had to actually opt out of doing it. And they saw that that increased people's flu vaccination rate by almost 40%, which is quite significant. But the actually most effective thing that you can do is just tell doctors to remind their patients to go get a flu shot, which seems so simple, and like doctors should already be doing that. But when they did kind of that treatment group, they saw an increase of 80% in the flu vaccination rate. So we're kind of taking the same power of behavioral nudging and applying it to productivity in one of your communication hubs Outlook. In this case, we're targeting that problem of focus and distraction. So how many people are pretty busy, would they say? I hope everyone. And it's because you have full calendars, right? And it's hard to plan ahead. So what we're doing here is when you receive a meeting request, we're looking ahead into your next week calendar to see, is your calendar already filling up? Are you already running out of time? And if so, what you can do is click here. It'll open our Outlook add-in, and we'll show you those available slots of time that you have to book. And with 2 clicks, you can book 4 hours of focus time. And what we'll do is we'll add these to your calendar. So you've proactively booked the time for yourself. You're going to get that time, and you can feel more at ease. We actually just built an insight that tells you how far in advance your calendar does fill up. And I saw my insight, and mine was Wednesday. And I was shocked by this. I thought it would probably be Friday. But the fact that it fills up so far in advance, people just don't remember to go look. So we're really excited about this one. Another thing that we do is we help you maintain your relationships. And one aspect of maintaining a relationship is being accountable for the things that people ask you to do or you tell them you'll do. So today in the Outlook add-in, we have a way for you to kind of track the to-dos that you're saying in email. So when I say something like, hey, Allie, I'll send you the presentation by Thursday, or if she asks me for something like to send her the presentation, we're actually going to extract those things from your email, and we'll surface them to you. So in this case, I'm seeing this nudge that tells me I have outstanding to-dos for Isaiah, who just sent me an email. And if I click on this, it's going to show me all of those things that we had corresponded in email about and remind me if I need to do them. From here, I can mark them as done, or I can get reminded about them later. So it's a really simple way to help me make sure nothing is falling through the cracks on these really important relationships. So the last nudge I'm going to show you is about work-life balance. So a lot of times we see people working after hours because one person will start kind of a ripple effect, and that mail will cause everyone else to come online. They sent it to 5 people, another 5 people came online, and then all of a sudden your entire team is up late working. So what this nudge does is if you have a pattern of emailing people after hours and they have a behavior of responding to you, we'll nudge you when you're emailing them again and say, hey, do you want to just clarify the urgency of this email? And if you click on that, what it'll do is add something to the body that just says, hey, this isn't urgent. You can respond in working hours. And we hope that this will allow, let's say, managers or team leaders to work after hours if they need to, but with less impact on their team. We're also hoping here to eventually allow you to just auto-delay delivery of the mail so that you can kind of get it out of your headspace, not have to worry about it, but also not impact your team. So in addition to those nudges, we have a number of insights in our Outlook add-in that you can access at any time. So the Outlook add-in is available if you click on this MyAnalytics icon in Outlook for Web, and it's available in the ribbon in Outlook for Desktop. So on the case of after hours, besides that nudge, we'll also show you just all the people that you were having impact on after hours, so you can kind of get a sense of who you're impacting and if that's an okay thing for your relationship. And you can even look at the specific requests that you're making to people during your after hours. Another thing we do is we help you track how many people are reading your emails and your attachments. So a lot of times, we send out large announcement mails. We spend a lot of time formatting them or pulling the data for them, and we want to know if they're getting read because we spend so much time on those. So what you can do here is you can see actually how many people are opening your mail, how many are replying or forwarding to it, all anonymized and aggregated. And you can even see for OneDrive attachments how many people are opening those. So this is awesome if you are sending out those large announcement mails. It's also awesome for meeting prep. So if I attach in a document that I want people to read for feedback before my meeting, and I go here and I know that people haven't, I could potentially reschedule the meeting and make sure that people are prepared, or I'll just run my meeting differently and I'll know we have to review the content. So this is really applicable in a few different situations. So in addition to our dashboard and these nudges and the Outlook add-in, we also send you a weekly email. It gives you a summary of your week. So you'll receive this at the beginning of every week, and it just gives you a quick highlights from last week. It'll highlight a couple insights that we're showing you, and you can always click through this to go back to the dashboard. This actual insight is quite interesting. So this is looking, again, using that Skype signal about online meetings that started late. So it'll look kind of over time and say, hey, do you tend to start your online meetings late? Or if you're joining meetings, do you tend to join late? And how late? So we're really interested in that one to see if we can help people start their meetings on time. So in terms of setting up MyAnalytics, I think we've probably got a lot of admins in the room. Just want to make it super clear that when you turn on MyAnalytics, within 3 days, a welcome email will go out to your users, giving them a quick summary of what the product does, telling them in general about their collaboration and why this matters. You know, everyone knows we have this problem with collaboration and distraction, but you forget that you can actually change the way that you work and the way that your team works to make a difference. So everyone that's licensed will get this email. We also are sure to highlight privacy. You know, people see their dashboard and they want to know, is this only for me? Can anyone else see this? And the answer is, it really is only for you, and it's only data that's available to you. It's all in your mailbox, and it's things that you could really discover yourself. We're just serving it to you in a much more easy to understand way. So that's MyAnalytics. What I'm going to shift over to now is Workplace Analytics Solutions. So what we found is we had Workplace Analytics and MyAnalytics, but we know that they're going to be more powerful when you bring them together, because individuals can change a lot on their own, but there's a lot of things you can't change on your own, and you need that support from your organization in order to do that. All right, so this is Workplace Analytics. Workplace Analytics allows you to look at all of the data in your organization at kind of a very large level and slice and dice it by whatever attributes you want. One thing that we do in Workplace Analytics is we allow you to explore the metrics and just get a sense of how your company works. This page we call Week in the Life, and it allows you to just get a sense of, you know, how does the average employee at my company, what does their day look like? How much do they work during a week? And how does that break down by different function roles? So I can compare marketing to finance and see if that's the right kind of breakdown. You can see things like after-hours collaboration, a lot of the same metrics that we show to the individual in MyAnalytics. We also apply the same principle around low-quality meetings, but at an organizational level. So you can see here how that number, $13 million, it blows up quite quickly. When we looked at just that one meeting, that was a content review that maybe you save an hour, but when you apply that to 10,000 employees, it really adds up. And you can explore these numbers here as well. We do this again for management and coaching. We actually just added some around external collaboration too, so you can see how your company is collaborating with different external domains. So we're going to move into the Solutions tab now. And the way that solutions work is once you've kind of identified something that you think you want to change in the company and perhaps validated that, you want to push that down into MyAnalytics and enable people to make that change, and then obviously track progress. So in this case, we're going to look at meeting hours. And the company we're looking at, they recently ran a poll. How many people run engagement polls in their company? Yeah, cool. Us too. So a lot of people run polls and they ask a number of questions. In this particular poll, there was a question about innovation and how much people felt they had the capacity to innovate. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use these settings, and I'm going to group this by innovation capacity. One of the coolest things about Workplace Analytics is it's really a bring your own data kind of product. We're going to supply all of the Office 365 data, and then if you bring your own, it just layers on that organizational context that only you can bring. So let's apply this. So now I can see, okay, when I'm looking at which groups spend the most time in meetings, let's see if innovation seems to have to be related. So these seem all kind of the same, but I want to look at it specifically for the engineering team because we have a hypothesis that engineering needs more time outside of meetings in order to feel like they can innovate. And it seems that is the case. So let's shrink this. So now you can see that there's definitely a correlation between people who said they didn't feel like they could innovate and people who have very high meeting hours in the engineering team. Very low innovation and low innovation are here. So what I can do now is once I've identified this group that I want to make a change for, I can select this group and essentially push down a program into MyAnalytics for them. Engineering, low innovation. So we're going to ask them to reduce their meeting hours, and I can set a goal for them as well. We saw the goal, their average right now is, I think, 22 hours, so we'll say 20 hours. So now the next step is really just setting up this program for these people. And one of the most important things about these programs is allowing people to share habits. So a lot of you guys said that you feel like you go to useless meetings, but we know that it's not necessarily your fault. One thing that's hard is I can't just decide that I want to have better meetings by myself. If you guys are multitasking in my meetings, I can't necessarily control that. So we see that it works better if everyone has the same shared habits that you have accountability for. So then when you come to the meeting and you're 15 minutes late, I can say, hey, we said we were going to be on time to meetings. Like, let's work together and be a team on this. So what you can do with solutions is we provide a whole catalog of habits pertaining to these different areas that you can select and have those be shared for the users in MyAnalytics. So I'll go ahead and submit this, and then let's see what this looks like in MyAnalytics. So back in the dashboard, for users who are in a program from Workplace Analytics, they will have this new Programs tab. And what they can see here is the progress that they're making on that goal. So in this case, we're in week 4 of the program, and I can see, that my meeting hours have been going down, and I can also see my group average, which is the other line on the chart. We want people to feel like they're working on this together, and it's a team effort, so you can kind of track yourself, but also track your team. And then down at the bottom, you can see these shared habits that everyone's working on, everyone has visibility into to kind of work on together. One thing we're really excited about here is I showed you some of those nudges in Outlook. You can imagine as we add more and more habits to the system, there are more nudges that could exist and could be quite personalized to the program that you were in or the role that you have. So maybe not everyone needs to decline optional meetings, but if I'm in a program about this, I can have a special nudge that's only shown for me because I'm working on this habit. So back in Workplace Analytics, the last step of this process is really to ongoing tracking of what's going on. So you have a view like this in Workplace Analytics that allows you to see, a similar thing to MyAnalytics, but at that group scale. So you can see, hey, even by week 4, we've seen a 10-11% reduction in the number of meeting hours. So you can see that this is really having the impact that you wanted to drive. So the first solution that we've built is around teamwork and collaboration overload. We have them around reducing your meeting hours, increasing your time to focus, and improving work-life balance. But we know that that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's so many different solutions we can enable. So what I want to show is one of our new solutions around sales productivity. So these are early designs, but I do want to show you this third row, which is foster customer relationships. So a lot of people have sales orgs, and we know that salespeople function in a different way or a specialized way than some other knowledge workers. And important things for them are to be spending the right amount of time with customers depending on the potential of that customer. Investing a lot of time with high potential accounts. And another thing you need to do is strengthen those relationships and have the right network size at those companies. You don't want to be spread too thin across too many customers. You want to be deep enough in each customer. So what you can do is choose this program. And what this enables is us to create new habits for you in MyAnalytics, really specialized ones for salespeople. In this case, we're looking at ones like setting your monthly network goals, reaching out to people who can help you make referrals, or even booking time for networking events. You can think of that as maybe a specialized time for focus. And you can imagine this would be different depending on other roles as well. And so the way that this could then manifest itself in MyAnalytics is via kind of new views. So on the left-hand side here, we're looking at a map of how you're spending your time with customers compared to their potential. And those orange dots are the ones that are high potential customers, but you're not investing enough time with. So it's very actionable. You should go spend more time with those accounts. On the right-hand side, we're looking at the number of connections you have at these accounts. And again, the orange ones are ones where you might want to increase the depth of your relationship. And it's super interesting. I don't know if folks were at our fireside chat on Monday, but we're actually doing a pilot with this in Microsoft. And these kinds of visuals are going out to our salespeople in Microsoft. So that's our newest solution. We're looking to add more. As Ali mentioned, manager effectiveness is another one that we think people are really interested in. But if you have solutions, we'd love to hear about it at the end of the session if you have questions. So I'm going to invite Ali now to talk about privacy and wrap us up with roadmap.
Great, thanks. I have a level. Looking? No. There we go. Sorry, we want to make sure you guys get the full view. There we go. Okay. So just to underline something that Noel said, MyAnalytics is a personal and private tool. So it really is designed just for your eyes. Your manager can't see it. No IT administrator can see it. Only the people that you proactively share it with can see it aside from you. So just to make sure that everyone understands that, the data is all stored and processed in the user's Office 365 mailbox. Anyone can opt in or opt out at any time, and it's all GDPR compliant. So we built this product because we want people to be able to change, and it all starts with being aware of how you currently behave. These are all quotes from real users of MyAnalytics and how they've been able to change along teamwork, focus, and balance. And I just want to call out the connection quote. One person said that their reputation for being someone who follows through on promises has dramatically improved. So that's exactly what we're going for with this product. We're leading the way in research. All of the research we're doing is with customers, and we're publishing regularly in HBR, and all of the research we do then is used to inform our product roadmap, which we'll talk about now. So we've recently, like Noel mentioned, released the Teamwork solution. We've released nudges. We have a much better, faster, friendlier onboarding process, and we have new insights that have come on manager one-on-one time and after-hours impact. We're most excited about some of the new data signals we're bringing into the product. So we already have Skype, but we're bringing in Teams signals as well. So as you think about getting on board with MyAnalytics, you can look at our MyAnalytics Sway to learn more. You can trial the product at office.com. You can read more about the setup and the privacy guidelines at Maya Setup. And just, again, within 3 days of licensing, you'll start to get those emails. So we'll open it up to questions now. So if you have any questions, come on up to the mic.
Just thanks for going through that. That was awesome. But when's it coming on this? Simple. It's a mobile device, exactly.
So you do get your weekly email on mobile. We're trying to figure out what the right model for nudges is on mobile. It kind of makes sense how they are today in Outlook Desktop, but we're going to try to figure that out. But we want to be there, I will say.
Good afternoon. Hey, I multinational company working just with GDPR, just got our approval for Yammer, and now we're looking to roll this out as well. Data at rest covered. Will it support multi-geo when we get SharePoint OneDrive covered there? OneDrive's already there, SharePoint's en route.
Yep, we are completely GDPR compliant. And if you have further questions, or if you want to say something, we've got our privacy expert in the room. Deepak, do you want to say a few words?
Jump
Over
up. Then also I want to know just on registering users, can you I know it's opt out or opt in, but can we assign by dynamic grouping so we can perhaps omit European users for one reason or another?
Yep, that's definitely doable, and you could even say that some users you want to be default opted in, some default opted out, all doable.
Yeah, we probably like to keep it to the point where they're not even seeing it unless something miraculous happens.
Yeah.
So, from a GDPR standpoint, yes, MyAnalytics is fully GDPR compliant. We build it on encrypted data at rest and data in motion. ISO 27001, all the compliance requirements that you need for GDPR, it's met by MyAnalytics and Office 365. And to your question of multi-geo, I believe, do we have multi-geo support right now? For Maya, I believe it does. There is nothing preventing it because it is an exchange product, so it should just work. It is tied to exchange.
Yep.
Yeah.
Data can sit in this.
Yes.
That's fine. GDPR will support that.
That's
but
right.
Our customers in Europe won't.
That's
So
right.
They demand, especially this is all PI, right? So
No.
Yes.
there's all that information. So being able to have that at rest in country, a great answer.
Yeah, exactly. And with workplace analytics, though, the answer is a little more, I have to be a little more detailed, but we can talk about that a little later. Did I answer all your questions?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Go
ahead.
Sorry. Real quick question. When you were showing the email with the analytics of who read the attachments, who read the email, is that all internal in your organization, or does it actually look external as well? Same thing with your network of individuals. Is that cross outside your organization or only stay internal?
Awesome question. So for the Sense statistics, which is what I showed in the Outlook add-in, that's only internal. So we don't know if someone external to your company read your email. For your network section, it's including everyone that you talk to, so external and internal. Yeah. Yeah, so we had another tab there where you can see groups, and we'll group it by DL or modern group. Sorry? I'm not familiar with that, but it works with DLs and with modern groups. Yeah.
Hi, just a couple of questions. With the MyAnalytics, you said that when you enable it, it sends an email out to those users. Is the experience the same for Workplace Analytics?
No, so Workplace Analytics is a product geared towards analysts in the company. So nothing would happen to end users, and it's quite intentional the way that you license Workplace Analytics. You license it for the users that you want to analyze, but then the access to that dashboard that I showed where you can analyze the company is restricted to only people that you assign, and there's not an email for those folks.
And one more question about the Teams integration. Do you have any idea when that's going to come to fruition?
By the end of this year.
This year? Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry, on that workplace analytics, from a statistical factor perspective, do you have to have over a certain number of users to be able to allow to use it? Otherwise, you actually could, if you did one person, you're seeing their analytics.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I can actually take that. With Workplace Analytics, there is no minimum limit, but we have a minimum group size, and the minimum group size is 5.
Okay, that's good. Thanks.
Yeah, and that is a configurable option. We've seen customers bump it up to 15 or 20, but yes.
You should definitely stop by our booth if you want more info on Workplace Analytics, because we can give you the full demo there.
I love the product too. Looks great, both the MyAnalytics and the Workplace. A couple of questions. If I schedule block time off of my calendar to work on projects, is that system smart enough to know that I'm not in a meeting?
Yes.
Yeah.
As long as it's just a meeting with you, that counts as
Or an
focus
appointment
time.
with myself?
Yeah.
And then the Teams integration. So today, if I schedule a Teams meeting, you're saying it's not going to be included in the analytics?
Not
So
right
that's already included because it's the same meeting. But what's not included is the time that you spend in chats and ad hoc calls in Teams.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then are you planning on doing some of the things that you've done in Outlook and Teams, bringing in the integration and some of the panels, things like that?
Yeah, so our vision for nudges is to nudge you wherever you are and where you need to be nudged. So right now we're in Outlook because it is a main communication hub, but we want to look at Teams and other places like potentially the People Card or other places within Microsoft 365. Yeah.
All right. Shameless plug though. Peter and I did a session on MyAnalytics privacy this morning, both MyAnalytics and workplace analytics privacy. It's BRK1038, where we went into the details of how we ensure that this is privacy by design. And I know that lots of people back home will have questions on that, and we tried to address those questions. So please do take a look at that as well.
Great.
Awesome. Thank you,
Thank
guys.
you.
Drop by our booth if you want to say hi.